Back at Media Row, Danny Burke, lucky to be joined by Art Still, former Kansas City defensive end, number 2 overall pick back in '78, my friend. Impressive, along with many more accolades. We're also joined by Kevin Alexander. We've got plenty to talk about in a short amount of time. We won't keep you too long here, but man, I mean, how does it feel being here in San Francisco? All the hype coming around the Super Bowl. How's it been for you guys this week?
Well, it's been exciting and all, too. Again, San Francisco is a special place, especially for the Kansas City Chiefs and all, because I think we won a game. No, I'm not joking. No, it's always nice because, you running fellows and all. Plus, Media Row, man, there's a lot of things going on. And it's great, man. I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah. And how about yourself, Kevin? Is this the first Media Row appearance for you this year?
First Media Row appearance ever. So it's been a great experience being down the road at Stanford to come up here for the Super Bowl in the Bay Area. It's been a cool experience so far.
Yeah, love to hear it. Well, Art, we got to talk about your Chiefs a little bit here and what transpired this past season. Certainly didn't live up to the expectations, but man, when they're as dominant as they've been for so long, it's really hard to keep achieving that year after year after year. I mean, I can only imagine what that's like through a locker room. I mean, they talked about it. When you go to a Super Bowl that many times, it's almost exhausting on those guys. Very routine that you got to, it seemed like you almost got to incentivize yourself to get into that rhythm.
Well, I was going to say, it's just everything comes to an end once in a while, but hopefully just an end for maybe a year or so. Because when you look, I always think about when I first came to the league in '78, the team was Dallas and Pittsburgh, back to back and all too. And then we can see over a period of time, man, teams you never would think starting this like with the Chiefs and all too. But again, it's just part of the process. You would like to stay on top, but in the NFL, no, it's not going to work that way and all too. But it's what you do during the off season, and you still got potential to do it again and all.
So obviously this upcoming matchup, we have the Seahawks, we have the Patriots, tons of storylines occurring for both teams. You have Darnold, a quarterback that needed a lot of patience to blossom. You have Drake May, a quarterback that sparked immediately. Those are the big talking points. What would you say is a talking point that maybe hasn't been addressed enough about this upcoming matchup?
Well, being that I'm a defensive man right here, defense wins games, win the big games and all too. And that's, it's very, elementary, 101 or whatever and all, stopping the run. It's just the very simple thing, turnovers, those types of things, and then getting pressures on the quarterback because, two great quarterbacks and all too, so that's where it plays. So it's just, you get a game plan, stick with the game plan. Things change, you make the adjustments. That's just like in life in general and all too. I don't think it's no secret formula. It's real simple. Just do your job.
All right, well, when you sit back nowadays and you watch this whole group of players out there right now, there's some studs out there. I mean, it's remarkable the type of athletes you see. As a defensive guy with all the quarterbacks, I mean, man, who would you love to sack if you had a chance to strap it up once again?
If I had to strap it again, it'd be my all-time quarterback. Kenny, the Snake, Stabler. Let's bring them back. No, but there's a lot of good quarterbacks out there and all too. And it's the same, I'm always thinking in terms, it's all about the game plan and all too. And it's all about playing as a team. It's not an individual, that's why it's a team sport and all too. But always, man, like you said, all the concussions I have. When I think of quarterbacks, I think of the Snake. I grew up, man, a Raider man and all too, and then playing against them, for that period of time. Then even when we went to Houston, all playing against each other and all too. And, the best quarterback out there position is defensive end on the defense. I always tell people say, what position? I play quarterback. Where at? Defensive end. They're the smartest guys on the field, man.
There you have it. I love it. Well, obviously you're here to enjoy the game, but you're here for other reasons as well. You and Kevin are bringing awareness to your situation. If you want to dissolve on that a bit more and what you're bringing awareness to, we'd love to hear it.
I was going, Dr. Alexander, man, he could probably get more detail because I'm not a physician. I'm not in the healthcare, basically throughout my career, if you take high school, college, and the pros, 20 years of football, it takes all that pounding. It wears on your joints and all kinds of swelling and all that stuff. So I got the carpal tunnels, both hands, trigger fingers, both shoulders replaced, back problems, swelling the feet, tingling sensations, hand and all, because you feel, losing feelings in your hands and all, and you figures all pertaining to football. Then eventually what happened was I started having AFib. I got heart disease. And so, doctors couldn't figure out, because I keep myself in pretty good shape and all, but they was treating me for for each individual circumstance. And what I found out in 2023 through the NFL Players Association, they have a wellness program. We go down to Tulane Medical Center. There, Dr. Keith Ferdinand sat me down because he knew I had a bad taste in reference to the healthcare industry, because I seen things happening. Things happen to myself, my family, and friends around, pharmaceutical companies, And so he just sat down, just basically asked me about my family health history. And I started off again, my oldest brother had a heart transplant. He has all the exact same symptoms I just described to you, I had. Then from there, I went to my younger brother, exact same thing. He has a defibrillator and pacemaker in him. My other older brother I was talking about, he had a heart transplant about 3 years ago. Then I went through the rest of my family. I got it's all together, it's about 9 of us living right now, and a lot of health issues pertaining to similar things that we all have in common. So Dr. Keith Ferdinand at the time, at the doctor down there, he told me about this issue or this disease that affect 1 out of 25 African Americans. The variant I have is V122I. And the symptoms, he had encouraged me to do a genetic test. And so, the first thing I wanted, he said genetic test, because, where I grew up, man, when you talk about genetic tests, it's a negative thing. So he told me, he said, it's a real simple cheek swab. They go in there and take a cheek swab. So when I got back in Kansas City, they did the genetic test, found out I did have that variant. My older brother, who had the heart transplant, he did the same, found out he had it. My other brother, he didn't do it, but we know he has it because a few months ago, his daughter took the genetic test. She has it. And then on top of that, I had 4 of my kids so far did the test. 3 out of 4 tested, that variant. And so the first thing I'm thinking about my family, my other family, is my NFL brothers and all. My other family, too, is high school ball players. I played high school and college. So we started our foundation, or a nonprofit and all, Still for Life, where we just trying to get the information out in the public, because awareness, early detection is the key. Because if you can detect it early, the heart issues and a lot of other issues, you can avoid and all too, and develop a great relationship with Dr. Alexander and all, where we've been working together, just trying to, because, from the healthcare industry, they can only hit it from one angle. And I consider, you took the call, using football or team sport, I consider ourselves like we're the player on the field, going into the community, talking about these things, trying to get awareness, early detection. Dr. Alexander, the healthcare industry, they're like the owners, the coaches and all too, that have all the equipment and all you need to fix these things, or at least get them in the right direction. And so it's been a great experience, because the negative taste I had for the medical field, the healthcare field, doctors and all, I see they're trying their best to get the information out, not only this disease, but other diseases, and try to make our community a much healthier place and all. So.
It's a very powerful story, and I know we got to get you guys out of here. But
Yeah.
Dr. Alexander, if there's anything you want to add before we get you out about just bringing more awareness to it, what would that be exactly?
Yeah, I mean, Art tells a great story, and it's one that's pretty typical. And what I mean by that is this is a condition that's been underdiagnosed for a long time, but it's not a rare disease. About one, for every person like Art that we diagnose, there's 4 out there that haven't been diagnosed. And we have treatments that work really, really well, particularly if we catch the disease early. And so I think increasing awareness among physicians as well as patients and family members is going to be key. And so, it's been great working with Art to raise that awareness.
Yeah.
Well, Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Dan, you know, the thing is, put it in perspective, because my career, my last game was 1990. We played against Cleveland and all, so I had shoulder problems at that time. So I had Dr. Juan up. I had orthoscopic surgery. So after the surgery, it was successful. But he told me, he said, don't be surprised if you have your bicep tendon tears. And I'm thinking the doctor went in there and nicked something and all too. Within a year, my bicep tendon too, and that's 1990. So I can track all my symptoms up until I was diagnosed with AFib and all. And it's just, when you put it in perspective. So I was playing ball with this variant or this disease and all. When you think about the NFL today, current ball players playing, I think there's 1,600, African Americans that are playing the game. So if you put it in perspective, 3% or 3 or 4% of that, that's maybe 40 to 50 ball players that might be carrying that variant right now, which I was doing at that time. And that's why it's so important to get the information, because you get the awareness out, especially, the ball players like this, and have these symptoms, they could avoid going to the next level.
Yeah. Well, hey, again, a very powerful message. Obviously, wishing you guys all the best and appreciate everything you guys are trying to spread and do out there to bring awareness to such a crucial issue here. So It was an absolute pleasure to get to talk about that with you both, Dr. Alexander and Art. Thank you guys very much.
Appreciate you, Danny, and all too, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.